At this very moment, you are already orbiting between two parallel realities. The one you know, and the one that's trying to find you. You feel that something is about to change, but you can't explain what it is. Maybe it's because you're at the threshold of a quantum leap, and no one told you what really activates this turning point. It's not positive thinking. It's not repeating scripted phrases. It's vibration. It's internal coherence. It's aligning with a frequency that already exists, but that you haven't embodied yet. The quantum leap only happens when your energy field collapses the old version and sustains the new one. If you feel different, if unusual signs have been repeating, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the true role of the subconscious in your manifestations. You'll understand why the body needs to embody what the mind only visualizes. You'll see how small, almost invisible gestures can change entire timelines. You'll access the vibrational code hidden in Tesla's sequence 369 and realize why it's not just a numerical curiosity, but a key to subtle manifestation. Get ready to access the point where change is no longer theoretical, it's inevitable. A true quantum leap is not a gradual improvement. It is an energetic rupture. It's when your personal frequency becomes incompatible with the old version of your life. Quantum physics describes it as an abrupt transition between states. But in the spiritual field, this transition shows up as a mismatch between who you used to be and who your soul has already decided to become. It's when you lose interest in old places, when certain conversations start to feel irrelevant. It's uncomfortable, and at the same time, it's sacred. The leap doesn't happen with noise. It starts in silence, in a sudden discomfort with everything that once felt familiar. You feel that something needs to change, but you can't explain what. The quantum leap isn't triggered by desire. It's triggered by the dominant frequency you sustain in your energy field. It's not about what you want. It's about what you consistently, coherently, and fully embody. If your vibrational field goes into dissonance with your current reality, that reality begins to collapse and makes room for a new one. This explains why sometimes change comes as loss, as an ending, as chaos. But it's the universe responding to your new vibration. It's the old timeline breaking down to make way for the new version of you. You could experience a quantum leap this very month. But don't be mistaken. It won't come to please you. It will come to align you. Are you willing to let go of what's anchoring you to the old timeline? If so, the field is already ready to respond. The subconscious is the silent operating system behind your life. It doesn't need your permission to function, nor your awareness to make decisions. It simply runs, automatically, everything that was recorded as truth throughout your life, especially during your early years. This means that, even if you desire a new reality, the one truly in control of manifestation is the set of beliefs you accepted without realizing it. If deep down you've learned that it's hard to succeed, that love always hurts, or that you have to work too hard to deserve anything, that will be the frequency your energy field emits, and, as a result, it will also be the reality the quantum field reflects back to you. It's not your conscious will that defines your current timeline. It's the vibrational pattern your subconscious repeats every day without question. That's why so many people feel stuck in repeating cycles. They change jobs, move to new cities, start new relationships, but still feel the same. The inner vibration hasn't changed. The leap doesn't happen. The subconscious can be reprogrammed, but that takes presence, repetition, and aligned intention. A good place to start is by carefully observing the patterns that keep showing up in your life. What keeps coming back, despite all your efforts to change? Once you identify those patterns, ask yourself, what belief must exist inside me for this to keep happening? This kind of questioning brings the hidden code to light. And once you see the code, you can rewrite it. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. With energetic repetition, conscious affirmations, and aligned actions, you begin to imprint a new dominant signal in your field. That's when the quantum leap becomes possible, because your frequency finally stops sustaining the old timeline and starts vibrating in alignment with the new one. Few people realize that the universe doesn't just respond to what you think or feel, but to the coherence between what you think, feel, and do. It's this vibrational coherence that creates a magnetic field strong enough to influence the reality around you. You might have a clear intention in your mind, like manifesting a new career path or attracting a more aligned relationship. But if your emotions are filled with fear, scarcity, or insecurity, and your body keeps acting based on old patterns, nothing changes. The quantum field registers everything, not just your desires, but the full vibration of your presence. Coherence is not perfection. It's energetic congruence. It's when what you believe is reflected in what you feel, and what you feel is expressed through how you act. When these three centers, mind, heart, and body, vibrate at the same frequency, you come into resonance with the field of possibilities, and the new reality begins to approach. To access this state of coherence, you can start with a simple practice of conscious breathing. Sit in silence, breathe deeply, and visualize an image that represents the life you want to experience. Allow yourself to feel the emotion of that image as if it were already real. Then observe how your body responds. Does it relax, open up, or resist? This exercise isn't just for relaxation, it's to train your field to sustain a new frequency consistently. Repeated practice of this coherence is what allows your vibrational signature to shift, and with it, the events you attract. Vibrational coherence is the meeting point between intention and manifestation. Without it, the quantum leap cannot hold. The quantum field doesn't respond to your occasional visualization. It responds to the vibration you sustain continuously, and that vibration isn't in what you think, but in what you embody. Embodiment is the vibrational incorporation of the reality you want to live. It's when you stop acting like someone who is trying to manifest and start behaving like someone who is already living that manifestation. It's not about pretending. It's about holding the energy of that version of you that already exists on a higher timeline. This means starting to make decisions based on trust, not fear. Acting with lightness, even when the outside world hasn't changed yet. Taking care of your body, mind, and energy as if you were already in that desired state. It's living the frequency before the physical reality reflects it. This process requires presence. It requires attention to how you move, speak, and choose. Every gesture becomes a point of contact with your future reality. The way you eat, how you relate to others, how you start your day, all of it communicates to the field who you are deciding to be now. A simple practice is to identify the version of you who is already living what you want to manifest. How does that version think? How does it feel? How does it respond to challenges? From that clarity, begin to act in small ways based on this new identity. This is the point where the leap stops being just an idea and becomes a real energetic construction. The quantum leap is not an event. It's a state, and that state can only hold when you become compatible with it. The biggest leaps happen through almost imperceptible decisions made in the quiet of everyday life. We call these micro-alignments. They are small choices that seem simple, but carry a decisive vibrational signature. The way you respond to a challenge, how you speak to yourself after a mistake, the choice to stay in environments that drain your energy, or to walk away and protect your vibration. These daily decisions tell the quantum field which version of you is in charge. Every action, no matter how small, confirms an energetic identity. And that identity is what defines the timeline you access. It's common to underestimate these moments. But the quantum leap doesn't happen when something magical appears on the outside. It's built when, on the inside, you begin responding to life as someone who already knows who they are. When you start saying no to what no longer represents you, even if you don't yet know what will take its place. When you choose to keep your frequency high, even when no one is watching. A practical way to connect with your microalignments is to reflect at the end of each day. What decisions did you make that strengthened the version of yourself you want to become? Which actions were in coherence with your new timeline? Which reactions came from old patterns you're already letting go of? That awareness is the beginning of real change. Don't wait for the leap as if it's something external. Realize that it's being built choice by choice, gesture by gesture. The universe responds to the frequency of your routine, not just to your moments of inspiration. Nikola Tesla said that if we wanted to understand the secrets of the universe, we should think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. But in one of his most mysterious quotes, he left an even deeper clue. If you only knew the magnificence of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe. For a long time, this statement was seen as an esoteric curiosity. However, when we look at the vibrational structure of reality, we begin to notice a recurring pattern in these numbers. They appear in harmonic proportions in sacred geometry, in music, in the cycles of nature, and even in the way the energy field is organized. The number 3 represents the triangle of creation, thought, emotion, and action. The 6 expands this vibration to the material plane, where intention begins to take form. And 9 is the number of vibrational closure, of energetic completion, the point where manifestation becomes inevitable. These numbers, when used consciously, work as anchors for the mind to focus and for the field to organize. The most well-known method is the 3-6-9 technique, which suggests writing an affirmation or intention 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. But this only becomes effective when done with energetic presence, not as an empty ritual. The real power of 3-6-9 doesn't lie in mechanical repetition, but in maintaining the vibration while writing. It's in that state of coherence and embodiment that the code starts to resonate with the quantum field and align your energetic signature with the desired reality. Another way to apply this method is by adapting it beyond affirmations to your vibrational routine. 3 minutes of visualization upon waking, 6 conscious actions during the day that reinforce your new identity, and 9 deep breaths before sleeping as you give thanks for the reality that is already being built. These practices are not magical by themselves, but when done with aligned intention and vibrational consistency, they become portals. Portals through which manifestation stops being a theory and begins to become part of your real experience. In the quantum field, everything is constantly communicating. And contrary to what many believe, the universe doesn't interpret your words, it interprets your vibrational signals. These signals are made up of your dominant emotions, the stories you repeat internally, and the way you react to life. This is what we call your dominant signal. Even if you visualize abundance for a few minutes each day, if the rest of your time is filled with frustration, anxiety, and self-criticism, the signal the quantum field picks up is one of scarcity. And that's the signal it aligns with. The universe doesn't judge, and it doesn't interpret with logic. It responds to what you vibrate most consistently. That's why developing awareness of your dominant emotional state is so important. The question isn't just what you want. The question is, what energetic pattern do you repeat most often? That's what determines the quality of the signals you're sending out. In this context, active gratitude becomes a powerful tool. Not the mechanical, forced kind, but the one that comes from a real place, even when there's no external evidence yet. Active gratitude isn't just for what you have, but for the version of yourself you are becoming. It's a way of affirming to the field that your desired reality is already under construction. End your day by acknowledging 3 small experiences you feel grateful for, and connect them to the version of yourself that is living the leap. Instead of being grateful only for events, be grateful for the frequencies you accessed. Peace, intuition, presence, courage. This guides your subconscious to register those vibrations as part of your identity. Over time, your field begins to sustain these emotions more easily, and the universe responds to the new dominant signal. That's how you shift your frequency. There is a state where everything goes quiet. In it, the past no longer has weight, the future no longer demands urgency, and the present stops being just a moment. It becomes a portal. This state is known in the more subtle studies of consciousness as the 0 point. The 0 point is not just a spiritual metaphor. It represents a real field, where frequencies neutralize and the mind becomes quiet enough for the quantum field to be accessed in its purest form. In this space, possibilities haven't yet collapsed. Everything is available, but nothing is decided. It's in this vibrational silence that true quantum leaps happen. Not through effort, not through the anxiety of control, but through conscious surrender to this space of absolute presence. Here, your energy resets, and in resetting, it becomes available for something new, something your old self could never sustain. Sometimes, it happens in the pause between two thoughts, in that moment when you simply breathe and everything feels suspended. But when you bring awareness into that state, you expand your creative power. Silent meditation, deep contemplation, connection with nature, or even moments of emotional surrender can lead you into this space. When you reach the 0 point with presence, your vibration no longer carries the weight of what was or the expectation of what will be. And it's in this space that the miracle becomes possible, because your frequency is free, open, and receptive. Here, you're no longer trying to manifest. You're allowing. You become the field. You become pure possibility. And if you've made it this far, maybe you're already feeling it. Maybe this video isn't just information. Maybe it was your activation portal. If something has awakened in you, honor that calling. Follow your intuition. Watch again with presence. And if it feels true, share it with someone who's ready to remember. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and keep walking this path with us. The leap has already begun.